Buying a new computer shouldn't be that difficult, but in my case, it took 3 weeks to set this thing up, and most of it was speakers. So today, we're gonna go through the process of me converting from using a laptop to a brand new desktop, and I went whole hog. I'll share the specs with you at the end, but take a look at everything I went through to get to where we're at now. I did a thing. Yeah, welcome back to Road Reality. Don't mind the mess, don't mind my voice. I'm getting over a cold. Just ignore the clutter because this is my life. But when I first started creating videos for YouTube or on YouTube, I had an old laptop and it got sluggish to the point of painfulness trying to edit videos. And then I got this laptop. Yeah, this MSI Raider. Great laptop, don't get me wrong. It has been great, but it continues to get slower and slower. And I beat on this thing. I max out the specs on it and all the features of it. I max it out for hours on end. So I did a thing. I got a new computer and a new desk chair. Do you like my new desk chair? Costco, lazy boy. Anyway, we're gonna unbox this new computer today. This is like a killer setup and it's worthy of display. All right, nice and easy. And I know if you're a recent subscriber and you're like, where's all the motorcycle stuff? Well, it takes this to make motorcycle stuff. Yep, I've got a face for radio and a voice to match. All right, so the pièce de résistance is down here and it's got plastic over it and we don't want to screw that up. This thing should be able to edit my videos. Yes, it should edit them for me. You know what? I should plug this in so that you can see what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. I got a red light. See the red light? Bam, look at that. Yeah. Fancy LEDs. And I can change the color. Blue, matches everything else. Beautiful. Isn't that slick looking? Oh, that's nice. All right, that's enough of that. It's a little different than what I'm used to. I had to buy a monitor and speakers and stuff. Like, I'm not used to any of that. Oh my goodness. I'm used to like, you buy a laptop, you plug it in, and you go about your business. I should be future-proof for a while. This should work out nicely. All right, it's been about a half hour of cleaning and tinkering with cables, but we're finally ready to open the monitor because I would have put that back over in this area. This desk is such a mess. I'm just piling stuff up. I'll clean it up later. I promise. We've got an Asus, A-S-U-S, whatever, 27-inch Pro Art display. It's supposed to have true color, etc., and be awesome for what I'm doing. It's kind of heavy. This is heavy. Oh yeah. HDMI cable, gonna need that. Power cable, definitely gonna need that. More cables? What other cables do we need? I have been out of the computer world so long, I don't even know what this one is. You know, I should really just like get my wife to help, but I dragged her to the store and let me just pause a second. Oh, look at that, it's verified. See, look, color calibration verified. Look at that, slick. I dragged my wife to the store with me. I was like, oh, it's 7:30. We gotta leave the kids and go do this. We left them with my mom, okay? They're not alone, but we left them at Chick-fil-A and headed over to Micro Center. Oh, the amount of time that took was embarrassing. Should be ashamed of myself. Whoa. And I already put fingerprints on it and I just stubbed my toe on the new computer. Ow. So it basically inserts one way. And then as long as you have some fingernails or a knife, there we go, you can just run the thumb screw. Nice. That's tight. Cable management on the back. Does this just hang on there? I think it does. I should have read the instruction manual, but I'm not gonna. I'm a man. We don't read manuals. It looks like it just clips into place. Nope, that has to clip into place. Hello? Okay, I might have to read the instruction manual. 1, hook the base up. I did that. Okay, 2, tighten it down. I did that. Ah, it just took a little force. Oh yeah, I should be able to edit on this, huh? Move that over there. Oh, this is how you get hot and sweaty when it's only 65 degrees in here. Now the monitor's plugged in. Cable management is gonna be the bane of my existence, I think. Oh, this is so painful, but the computer and the monitor are set up All the peripherals are plugged in, and I've got all my hard drives plugged into this silly thing. I think we're ready to fire it up. I am a hot, sweaty mess, but we have bootage. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, look at all the screens. Look at that bike. That is a pretty road glide. Here we go. This is super exciting. I don't know if you can tell. I am super excited. 3 seconds old, and it's got 32 terabytes of storage connected to it. I got a 4 gig hard drive, or 4 terabyte hard drive, 8 terabyte hard drive, 14 terabyte hard drive, that's 26. And then 1, 2, 1, 1, and 1, 1. So that's 4 SSDs. Yeah, terabytes of SSD. So that's 30. That's 30 right there. Plus 2 internal, that's 32. I can do math. Oh, this is super exciting. Before I forget, how you doing out there? Are you having a great day in YouTube Landia? So apparently, this CPU here is liquid cooled. The GPU is not, but it looks beautiful. Look at all the details. Oh, this is so awesome. This thing just looks the part. I am more like a professional YouTuber every day, but do you notice the video quality jumping around? I'm playing with the ND filter. It's still doing updates, but these are the Edifier M4. Now the hard part of setting all this up is gonna be once it's actually set up, because then I gotta get Resolve set up and do all the plugins and everything. And just like every other update that I've done to this studio, you know, like the shelves with the lighting and the overhead camera angles and all the other crap, I'm gonna be like, why didn't I do this sooner? Because I'm an idiot. And by the way, if you wanna blame anybody for me actually publishing an unboxing video of a computer, my wife told me to do it. She's like, that's your jam, that's what you do. I was like, yes, you're right, dear. The cleanup from this project is gonna be painful. I just know it. So I think these should go on my desk, right? I can't set them on the side. It blocks a monitor though. I'm gonna figure this out. It was a very, very late night last night. I was up till 6:30 in the morning tinkering with this computer. It's a beautiful thing. I was playing back in Resolve footage, and it was Pocket 3 footage, which is high bit rate. My laptop was stumbling really bad on it. And I've got all my plugins for Resolve installed now. So we're back to editing, and it doesn't slow down at all. It's kind of nuts. All right, it's a few hours later. I've still been tinkering. The speakers that I bought sound good, but there's one issue with them. They're boomy as all heck in this room. And I get it. It's a room where I'm surrounded by hard walls. And I'm beat. I don't know what I'm doing now. The world has gone topsy-turvy, wibbly-wobbly. I think I need a nap. I don't know if it's day 2 or day 3, but I had a problem. Take a look. There's no speakers under here anymore. That's because I have very sensitive ears, tinnitus and all that, so I took the edifiers back. We're gonna see if the Logitech Z407s are any better. Now for yet another wrinkle in the new computer saga. The speakers back there, they're back in the box. They sounded good, a little hard to tune, but there was one big drawback. Comes with a hockey puck that wirelessly controls the speakers, and every time you do something, it plays a notification sound. The notification sound is at full volume, which drives my tinnitus crazy. So back in the box they go, and they're replaced by some 15-year-old Altec Lansing speakers. But there's a whole subwoofer here. Yep, that whole thing there. Gotta look at the computer again. Ooh, look at all the shiny bright lights. Oh, I love it. This thing is cranking. It's doing really good. And I have a cold. I'm feeling like dog do. Ugh. So we're on day 3, day 4. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of editing now. Some like real, starting with raw footage editing, and see what happens. So I just finished a small editing session, about an hour and 10 minutes. Resolve ran buttery smooth. But I checked my task manager about halfway through, and it was using 49 gigabytes
of RAM. Holy crow. To see Resolve using 49 gigabytes of RAM, I was giggling like a schoolgirl. I really was. Anyway, that's a wrap for day 4. I think it's day 4. I don't know. I really should just get more sleep. Well, it's day 6. I've spent a couple of long evenings doing some editing and playing with speaker settings, and I'm still not happy with the Altec Lansings, but I did some more research on tinnitus and a related thing that I've been diagnosed with, which is hyperacusis. So I bought these. Yeah, Logitech Z625. These are supposed to be good. If you have tinnitus, you're supposed to go with higher quality, more powerful stuff that you can then turn the volume all the way down and get clean audio at low volumes. That's the goal. Let's see if it works. And there's Resolve. Look at that. It looks epic from this angle, doesn't it? All right, let's bring it up and down. All right, so check this out. I'm gonna record this video and where is it? Render speed, maximum. So we're going to click add to render queue. And if I scroll down, we've got memory. Look at this, 35.4 gigabytes out of 95.6. Resolve's only using 6 gigs right now. Resolve, you silly girl. Was that misogynistic? I don't know. Anyway, render all. Click. It's currently rendering at 200, 300. Look at the frames per second. We're only using 30% of the CPU, and we're using the GPU, 95% of the GPU. Holy crow. And we're rendering at 300, 250 frames a second. Look, this is like a 15-minute video, and it's gonna render in like a minute and a half. That's ridiculous. I mean, look at that. It's got 40 seconds left. Does this mean I could get videos done faster? Not really. No, I'm still gonna take the same amount of time to edit. And yes, I'm still sick, and it's done. What did it take? 1:53 to do a 15-minute video. And this video included pictures off the Canon footage, a lot of Pocket 3 footage, and the GoPro footage. Absolutely boggles my mind. Now to check to make sure the render worked. I spot checked the video. I played back some areas where I was riding and where I was talking and standing around both cameras. And I made sure that the audio processing handled all the mixing and ducking and all that stuff, and it did a great job. For comparison, when my MSI laptop was brand new and I put Resolve on it and I started rendering videos, I saw a maximum of 175 frames per second render speed. This is just nuts. This is bonkers. Like, wow. I'm speechless. Longtime viewers, you know I'm rarely speechless, but I'm really feeling blessed that I had the money to buy this computer, especially in this day and age. But at the same time, I'm like, I deserve it. I'm worth it. It is now day 8, day 9. I don't know. It's after midnight. It's Monday morning now. Go figure. Anyway, I have ditched the Logitechs, the 625s. They sounded good. They were full, rich, and drove my tinnitus crazy. My tinnitus, my hyperacusis, whichever part of it that was giving me the earache and the fullness in the ear, totally gone. Totally gone. I am ditching the Logitechs. I have to take those back. But I was on Amazon last night and I said, how do I recreate the sound that I was getting from the laptop, which was like 4 2 or 3 watt speakers, right? Very minimal setup, very not high fidelity, audiophile quality stuff, right? So I was on Amazon and I ordered a pair of Pebble V3 speakers. They're absolutely ridiculous looking little spherical blobs, and they have but 2 controls. You have volume and Bluetooth, and I'm not using Bluetooth. Bluetooth, my friend, is for people that want latency, and I want my lips and the audio to match up. So the video and audio, it's gotta be synced, right? I'm a stickler for that, and in my moto vlogs, I'm always visible, you know, my face is always visible on the handlebar camera footage looking at me, so anyway, these things have no latency, but they're ridiculous. They are 10 whole watts of peak power. They run off your USB hub or your USB port on your computer. USB-C, not A. They'll run off A, but at lower power. They're not high fidelity. They're just speakers. There's no bass, really, but there's a little bit of bass, but it's like the illusion of bass. It's not actual bass. And the highs are apparently non-existent. I looked at some speaker graphs on these things, and it's all over the map. Nerdy stuff, I know, but you know, look at this thing. It's got a 2 1/4 inch driver, right? Full range. This thing is supposed to be like a radiator driver. I don't know, it's supposed to be for the bass. Long story short, I have been editing in Resolve, watching Netflix and YouTube for like 2.5, 3 hours. And I don't have anything to say except my ears feel just as fresh as daisies. It is now day 21. The computer is fully set up and has been used to record talking head videos, screen recordings, all my surfing and office productivity and all that sort of stuff. And it's been aces. The Pebble V3 speakers allowed my tinnitus to settle down. They don't sound as good, but here we are. I mentioned earlier that we're going to talk specs. So the big ones on this computer are the aforementioned 96 gigs of RAM, and it's got an AMD Ryzen 7 9800 X3D CPU, which is liquid cooled, and it's got the NVIDIA RTX 5070 Ti GPU. I have maxed it all out except the RAM. I only got the RAM up to like 87% usage. The highest I've seen is 60.5 gigabytes of RAM used by Resolve itself. Let me tell you, it is almost preternatural in how it responds to my mouse and keyboard inputs. It's like, I already know what you're thinking, John. Let me just edit this for you. So I'm really happy. This is a huge update for Rode Reality to have a new computer. I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's great. The big old monitor is really awesome. I couldn't be any happier. I know I'm wearing the same sweatshirt as I was 3 weeks ago. It's been through the laundry at least twice. So this computer is a PowerSpec G752. They sell them at Micro Center. It's their in-house brand. They put their computers together with off-the-shelf parts, so there's nothing proprietary. You can get basic drivers and everything for it. And I tell you what, if the first 3 weeks are any indication, I'm gonna have a fun time over the next few years running this computer. And having a beefy computer for video editing is very important. I mean, it's almost as important as having decent camera gear like the Pocket 3 here. By the way, I leave links down below for everything I use to make my videos, so you can buy the same stuff and replicate what I do at home, if that's a thing somebody wants to do. That tinnitus was not fun. Having that kicked up was not good. I mean, I had it on top of the cold and the new computer with all the different speakers. It's been flared up. It's been bad. Now, a couple of definitions. Tinnitus, of course, is the ringing in the ears that a lot of people, I think 50 million people in the US, suffer from. I have a severe case of it. So I also have Hyperacusis, which is a sensitivity to normal volume sounds. So I got out my phone and I was running a decibel meter app on it, and it showed 55 to 60 decibels. And I know it's not 100% accurate, but 55 to 60 decibels, which is like a quiet office, and my ears would hurt. And that's actually Noxacusis. So Noxacusis is pain related to hyperacusis, and I've been dealing with it, been trying to clear it out and all that. And again, I have a tube over here in the ear like a kid, so it's a whole lot of not fun, but the computer's great, so that's where we're at. Rode Reality has a new computer. I told you in a couple other videos I would talk about it, and now I have. So I am pretty pleased with this. This is a nice setup. And with that, I'm going to thank you for watching and say I hope you got something from it. Maybe a chuckle at watching me struggle with a computer. I haven't had a desktop in 17 years. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Until next time, go check out this video that YouTube has picked for you. And don't forget your 2 mantras. 1, you have a 100% track record of making it through a bad day. And 2, do something nice for yourself every day. John out.